What is going on, everyone? This is Vertical Atrocity here, your Metalhead Gamer, bringing you, once again, another My Metal Rant on this great Monday afternoon. Well, today's topic is going to be Twilight and Red Riding Hood. Old news, it all sucks, yeah I know. But I'm going to explain to you my side of the argument of why I think it's bad, and many of you will agree, many will disagree, as I have heard from some people that how I approach these things are a little arrogant, they say, but this is all good fun. You have a disagreement with what I say? Come at me. I'm willing to talk. So, that being said, let's get down to what the subject is, Twilight. Where should I begin with this? It's a lot to cover. It's a good thing I got enough gameplay to last here. But, so, basically, start off with Twilight. Well, I've never seen the movies or read the books, never seen Red Riding Hood, but I know this much for sure. Horrible movies, horrible books. It's about, from what I've seen in trailers, from what I've heard from people, many people, fans and haters alike. It's about this girl named Bella who is torn between a vampire and a werewolf. Edward and Cullen. I think I got this right. Edward the vampire, Cullen the werewolf, whatever. So, yeah. She's basically torn between necrophiliac and bestiality, which, in my opinion, is not socially acceptable. Not even close. Because one, she's being a slut for being torn between two men who are extremely hot and aren't willing to put out for her, but she is. She wants it. She wants them. They don't really care. They're just in love with her. She's not in love. She just wants their babies. Them to make babies. Whatever. Anywho. It's just god awful. It's all... I can't even... It's hard to put into words how horrible it is. You know, you could write an essay on it. You could write an English paper and get an A on it because it's so horrible. You're able to persuade someone who is a huge fan of it and persuade them the other way very easily. Or you just argue with them until they give up because they know they can't. They've run out of views and points to argue back with because they're that terrible. The movie is that bad. I remember having an argument with someone about 2 years ago. Lasted a couple hours. And I remained the victor. I have always remained the victor in these arguments. Now, moving on from Twilight into Red Riding Hood. The reason I bring up Red Riding Hood is, one, huge similarities in Twilight. And if you don't believe me, just hear me out. For one, same director who directed the Twilight movies is directing Red Riding Hood. Now, we all know about Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. You know, the story. She goes to her grandmother's, and she gets there. The wolf is there instead, and she finds out, and I don't know. There's some versions where she gets eaten, some where she doesn't, and whatnot, depending on who you read from. And there's also another version of it from the Brothers Grimm, an old version, where it's basically I'm guessing a werewolf story, and that's where Twilight's taking it. But they do it with a twist. They do it for the fact that it looks just like Twilight. The dude is like Cullen right off the bat. It's in a town, and it's like I can't even. It's so bad. Like, if you just watch the trailer for it, you automatically you think Twilight right off the bat until you see it in red cape, and you're like, there's no way they're doing Little Red Riding Hood and calling it Riding Hood, and then putting it in a town where there's one werewolf, and the fact that she falls in love with him makes it so much worse of a movie. It's like, oh, it's probably I can't even describe it. The story is so bad. You can't make a movie based off the premise of another movie. And I just no, not having it. Just no. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. That's so much it sickens me. Because it's over with, the movie's out. No, I bet you no one's really bought the DVD. You never hear anyone talk about the Red Riding Hood DVD. Everyone talks about Twilight only because of the whole, yeah. No one even knew how hot the guys looked until the movies came out, and then that's when the fanatics came about. The fanaticism grew, or the fan base exploded over good looks, and that's not even a good way to teach society. I mean, come on. First, you're going to teach them whether to choose between a dead person or an animal, and now you're going to tell them to choose over which one's hotter. It's You can't say it's a classic love story because it's not. Because the girl doesn't care as long as one of them sleeps with her. I feel bad for the guys, honestly. Both of the dudes. It's just like they're being played with. It's like it's high school drama all over again, and people feed into that crap. It's how you know people don't grow up when they watch stuff like that. It's ugh. Get over it. I mean, you see not old people, but people older than like at least over 20 watching these saying, "Oh, so romantic." No, 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 no. Absolutely horrible, horrendous, terrifying. It puts me in a coma of depression knowing that this thing exists and is being fed to our children. It's bleh. I'm gonna go barf now. That's my metalhead rant for the day, guys. Vote, like, subscribe, whatever you want. Argue with me. Have fun trolling. I'll troll you back if you want. This is Vertical Atrocity here, Metalhead Gamer. Peace.